Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all you Skyliners out there, to Vash Sky ParkCast. Hello! It is so good to have you on. Come on in. Water's warm. It's all good right there. I say that because, yesterday we like to have a nice, good, clean, and friendly chat right there. We want to keep this show fun, exciting. We want to have a range of differing opinions. And when we do that, sometimes, some people, they have their opinions, and things happen. Words get thrown around and so forth. Yesterday, we weren't able to provide that level of moderation that you all expect, right? We weren't able to provide that amazing chat experience that you have come to expect from this show right here, at least during portions of it. Don't worry, I think that we have resolved those issues right here, and I want to go ahead and thank every single one of you for letting me entertain you and being there for you. It was a personal failing of mine, but don't worry, I think we have overcome those things. My sincere pledge to all of you out there is to provide an amazing experience each and every single day. When we don't live up to that, we're going to acknowledge that, but we're also going to move forward. Here you go. Let's go ahead and bring some of the stuff up right here. This is an amazing 24-hour news cycle. I say 24 hours because things have just been popping up like crazy since the last time we went live. I was even, under the impression, well, should we really go live? We don't really have that many stories. And then, boom, all of a sudden, we were just overwhelmed with news from all over the place, from all over the map. Theme park news, yes, but not just limited to Disneyland, as we'll get into in just a moment. Don't worry. The thumbnail that you saw, that's no lie, folks. There was a swatting incident at the Disneyland Resort. And unfortunately, that streamer that was affected was actually banned from Disneyland for the indefinite future. Trespassed, I believe is what they call it. It is a crazy and wild story. We definitely have to get into it. But first, we have some news, like I said, not just at Disneyland, but over there in Universal Studios, Florida. Well, I guess Universal Orlando Resort to be exact, because we're talking about Epic Universe. Yes, the marquee attraction that they have over there, Stardust Racers. Well, things aren't going so well. And we're not just talking about the litany of incidents that's happened since opening. Obviously, we have had some incidents that in which somebody lost their lives. And that is, it shouldn't happen. Can happen. And Universal has taken steps and measures in order to make the possibility of that close to zero, as close as it can be, I think, by not just reducing who can actually go on that specific attraction, but actually a wide variety of attractions at Universal Orlando Resort. Very controversial move, for sure. But hey, you know what? These things, they do happen. You have to have some type of mitigation effort in order to prevent something like that from happening again, which was unbelievably unfortunate. And our thoughts and prayers go out to the families of those affected. No question. But that's not all. You see, right when it reopened, everybody was like, oh yes, we're going on Stardust Racers again. And it was all good up until, well, it was added to the refurbishment calendar and pushed out multiple times. Let's go ahead and bring this up for you guys to let you all in on what we're talking about. Here we go. Universal Epic Universe extends Stardust Racers closure again until after spring break. Again is the key word here. This by Tom Bricker, March 11, 2026. Universal Orlando has extended the closure of Stardust Racers for a third time. This time until after Easter and the heart of spring break 2026. The high-capacity coaster has been closed on and off for various reasons over the last several months. Here are the latest details and dates, along with our commentary. It's been a rough first year for Stardust Racers, the dueling coaster that's that Epic Universe's marquee attraction ride, and that park relies on. The ride is currently closed for a scheduled refurbishment of an unknown nature, but one that's no longer believed to be routine. Stardust Racers was originally slated to be to endure a brief refurbishment starting February 19th and reopening only a few days later on February 22nd. At the last minute, this was quietly extended another week through the end of last month. 2 days prior to the scheduled reopening, the refurbishment was extended through March 14th, 2026. With that date fast approaching, the reopening has been pushed back again. Stardust Racers will now miss the bulk of the spring break season. And as of now, Stardust Racers is scheduled to be closed through April 5th, 2026. And you can see the previous end dates listed there. This is a bigger issue than I think anyone wants to necessarily admit, especially Universal, maybe even Mack Rides themselves. In fact, I am hearing from my sources that there is some issues between the two companies. Very interesting story, folks. We'll get into what people are saying about it and what might be the issues related to this beloved attraction. But first, let's go ahead and see who's all in the chat right there. We've given you guys time to come on in. Let's go ahead and say hello to everybody. Like O2RR, for example. Thank you so much. Rodeo! Hello there, Rodeo. Very much appreciate you you coming in right there. Rodeo made a joke. Yeah, it's all right, Rodeo. You're good. I'm not at all worried, but I really do appreciate you coming in. That's fantastic stuff right there. Kit Kat coming on in here. Thank you so much. We have a Case 21st. Let's see, good stuff right there. We have Royale with cheese right there. I do like that name. Sargon 2008. Eric Stratton. Thank you so much for coming on in here and joining us and giving us another chance, because it's been a week. It's been a week for me, several out there, and it really does bring us all the excitement in the world that you have come to join us. Very, very cool. Let's see here. Oh, Erica and Raph was here earlier. Let's see. I have to go to bed early tonight, but we'll watch on replay tomorrow with my coffee. Oh, yes. Well, thank you so much for coming on in and enjoying us for just a little bit before you have to go to bed. I cannot wait for you to watch the replay, because I'm sure you have many thoughts on this, Erica, as to why. Let's see right here. Daily Dose Deborah's in there. Thank you so much. Very cool to see. It is just awesome. Awesome to have so many friends out there in the chat. So many people who have really, embraced the stream, are really, really excited to be here. It is really, really cool. Ah, yes. Florentine Creator Singer. Thank you so much for coming in there, in here as well. I'm looking for Marty Snyder. If we see Marty Snyder, I might have to send that guy a link, because I know he's going to be very interested in some stuff that's going on with this story. Our next story, anyway, for sure. Bear Oswald, coming on in here. Hello there, sir. Come on in. Water's warm. Don't worry. Here, you've always got a laughing place. Here you go. Let me see if I got a little Splash Mountain for you that nobody really talks about. But that's a little bluebird on your shoulder. That right there, by the way, to tell you how influential Splash Mountain was for the entire Disney community and for the entire Disney Parks lineup. That sound was the entrance sound when you used to scan your ticket at the entrance of Disneyland. No longer the case anymore, unfortunately, but that's how big that whole thing was. And that's unfortunate to see that is no longer the case. But, c'est la vie. I suppose we must go on. Let's see here. Let's go down. We got this. What started as a few days for a routine refurbishment has expanded into at least a 46-day closure and counting, with 4 different reopening dates calendared and counting. It's pretty clear something is up. Typically, we wouldn't bat an eye at this type of thing, as refurbishments do get extended from time to time, even multiple times. However, Stardust Racers' aforementioned track record, coupled with how new it is, less than a year old, does pique our curiosity. It doesn't help that rumors have been swirling on social media about Stardust Racers, some suggesting that something is, quote, terribly wrong with this attraction. I'm paraphrasing as opposed to quoting, because I don't want to spread potential misinformation. It's hard to know what to believe, and I have no credible sources of my own on this. I'm also admittedly less attuned to the Universal fandom, so I don't know which purported insiders are credible and which are full of it. Okay, so let's go ahead and, separate fact from fiction, right? So fact, this has been extended multiple times. Fact, this is a marquee attraction for this park. Fact, as Almighty Coasters brought up to us, I believe on stream, could have been after, with this attraction down, it causes chaos throughout the entire park. Because you got to think, this is a high-capacity attraction. It's so in demand that it demands a long wait, and because of that, the whole park benefits from it because all those potential consumers or riders, right? The demand is so high, they're all attracted like moths to a light to this attraction. And that way it eases congestion throughout the park, and it also eases the demand for all the other attractions in that park. With this down, you got to think, folks, that's a huge amount of capacity gone just like that. I don't know quite how much to be fair, but you're probably looking at maybe, a typical coaster, it's well over 2,000 per hour, at least from Universal or Disney, right? That's kind of the standards that they try to uphold. Well, this is 2 coasters, so you got to think 4,000 an hour. What's the math on that? Times 10, what is that? 40,000. And then what are you talking about? 48,000 people for a 12-hour operating day, maybe? You're talking a considerable amount of people that could have been serviced by this attraction in a given day that now can't. And to be delayed multiple times, that's no good. That is not what you want, absolutely for sure. Let me go ahead and get some footage of this attraction right here for you guys to let you all in on what we're talking about if you are not familiar with this. Let me see. Here we go. I believe we have it right here. Let's go ahead and play that. No good. This is not what you want to see. Now, we know the facts. What about the fiction? Okay. The fiction, the rumor, the speculation, and this is why I want to go ahead and preface all these things because we don't know 100%. What I'm hearing, though, is that Stardust Racers, this attraction, there might have been some manufacturing deficiencies with this. I don't know whether or not it's because of where the support pylons are. I don't know if it's because it's weight related. I don't know if it's because of that trim issue that we experienced before this attraction actually opened. You'll remember that they added a trim brake along one of the, I believe it was one of the dips, right? When that trim brake was added, because I guess, according to testing, the last seat on that section of the track was elevated in terms of the G-forces that were put on that specific seat over the limit of what they feel is most appropriate for a coaster like this. Okay. So they added the trim in order to reduce that G-force in that one specific section, in one specific area. Okay. That was there for a reason, though, right? Like that's happening for a reason. And usually, when you model these things out in the computer, you would think that they would have taken care of this during the design phase. The fact that they were having to do those kind of adjustments after the fact is a little bit alarming. Not unheard of, but just a little bit alarming. That's not what you typically want to see, especially from a big manufacturer like Mac, and for the amount of money paid for by Universal for this attraction. Okay, but fair. It opens, operates, we're fine, we're good, we're dandy. And obviously, we know about the incident that in which somebody lost their life. That's no good. But internal review, it was determined that they weren't at fault. Wasn't a Mac issue. However, there were some additional limitations placed in order to prevent that sort of thing from happening again, not just on this coaster, but on other attractions around Universal Orlando Resort. Fair enough. But now this, we've just seen a lot of stuff happen. We also saw, by the way, in that time period, a valleying that took place, in which I don't think guests were on it, but I don't believe it could open. I want to say it was like right before opening, or it was like right when it opened or something like that. Maybe it couldn't open for the entire day. I can't remember the exact date, but I do remember it valleying out and having to be dislodged by crane, which is not what you want to see. Okay. Mac Rides doesn't typically do a coaster this big. I think that's fair to say. At least what I'm looking at their catalog, right? This is one of the biggest coasters they've ever attempted, and this is kind of an Intamin style coaster. Is it that they may have bit off more than they can chew? It's possible. I think it is very likely. Again, not confirmed though. What I'm hearing is that Universal believes it's their fault for the issues related to this attraction, at least for what they are encountering. I think the way it was relayed to me, it was that they were encountering some issues that were notable. I don't know if that necessarily means cracking with the support pylons. I don't know if that necessarily means a wearing of the wheels, too quickly. I don't quite know what that meant, but the way it was relayed to me, they're noticing some physical changes that are taking place with this coaster that shouldn't. That maybe the materials chosen or the support infrastructure that was used or whatever just wasn't up to snuff, and will need a reworking in order to get this, fully operational and keep on going. You got to think too, Mac rides, the coasters they make aren't usually for parks that operate 365. They're usually made for parks that are seasonal, especially big coasters and so forth throughout various areas of the country. There is an expectation that park will close for the winter or off season or whatever. So, with demands placed on this specific experience, with the amount of coaster cars on this track all the time, with the amount of wear and tear that goes into this, the exposure to weather and so forth, perhaps all of those things combined just creating a witch's brew of increased levels of failure. I'm not quite sure. That's the speculation, though. We got fact, we got fiction. Right now, admittedly, this is fiction, because we don't know what is true from those rumors that are circulating around. However, I want to go ahead and relay that to you, so that way you're informed as to maybe if you hear anything or if you see anything out there, if you want to, deep dive into this, that's kind of a starting reference that you can actually use. Again, I don't want to tell tales out of school, but I also don't want to keep you uninformed about what the conversation is taking place behind the scenes. Let's see here. Dan's Life of the Kingdom asks, didn't Mac Rides make Velocicoaster? They did not. That was an Intamin coaster. The same individuals who are currently making the Fast and the Furious coasters on both coasts, actually. Both at Universal Studios Hollywood and Universal Studios Florida. And, it's not even just Velocicoaster. Intamin has also worked with Universal on a variety of different attractions like Hagrid's Magical Creature Motorbike Adventure. And in the past, they used to go with B&M for a lot of their coasters. I believe when Islands of Adventure opened, it technically opened with 3 B&M coasters. 1 for the Hulk, but 2 for Dueling Dragons back in the day. They haven't used them since, which I think is interesting, that we don't see new coasters from B&M. I think they may use their services in international parks. We just haven't really seen that in Florida, which I think is interesting. I know they wanted to use them for, I think it was Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket back in the day, but they, I think, were busy with a job at that point, and then we just haven't really heard of them wanting to use their services since. B&M also having some issues relating to steel and related to materials used for their coasters. Their tolerances, they used to be very quality oriented, and to be fair, they still are. But we have noticed some workmanship that has had a lot of people in the coaster community a little concerned about the future of B&M and their very high standards that they've placed on both their projects and what coaster enthusiasts have placed on them as well. Let's see here. Remy D8767. Voltron, the other profile coaster, Mac, also had a noticeable rattle similar to Stardust. Interesting. It's no good. You don't want to see rattle. So that's what I talk about B&M, right? B&M has, at least in their recent winged coaster, they had some rattle too, which was a little bit strange to see. We actually covered that on T3PO Live some time ago. So, we're keeping up with all this coaster commentary, that's for sure. Dan's Life of the Kingdom says, hope they fix it soon, which I think they will. It's a lot of money invested in this. It is. I hope they fix it as well. Hopefully we don't have lawsuits. If we have lawsuits, then we're in big trouble. Hopefully it doesn't come to that. But if you do see that, maybe that gives some credence to what those rumors were intimating that are going around right now. Could it be that the cold recently affected the track? This is a rogue attraction. It's possible. It's possible. Usually you have a coaster that operates, let's say seasonally, like Cedar Point, for example, right? There is a winter season in which that park closes. They have some winter events, but that the coasters at least close. And so you would think with plunging temperatures that, in that region of the country, you would think that there might be precautions made so that you don't have these devastating impacts on these outdoor coasters, and that way you can facilitate their operation for the foreseeable future. Perhaps those considerations may not have been made, given that this is in Florida. I don't know. That's only speculation on my part. I want to make that very clear. But I think that's a really good point to bring up. Rogue Attraction, thank you so much for the commentary. Very, very interesting stuff. And a lot of people, they don't, they want to ride this coaster. They want to be able to enjoy everything that Epic Universe has to offer. Unfortunately, we really haven't been able to do that on a consistent basis. We've had issues related to the Harry Potter attraction, for example, the Battle at the Ministry, I do believe. We've had problems with a variety of different operational, operational items that Universal has decided on. And losing an attraction like Stardust Racers, like you can see on your screen right now, that's no good. That's not what we want. We definitely want these coasters to be up, and that's why it's making news, headlines, and so forth. Let me see. Yeah, Growing Pains of New Park. Yeah, and that's what we have to remember, right? These are custom attractions, folks. These aren't off-the-shelf attractions. These aren't spinners, right? Which, by the way, Disney Adventure having its own issues, by the way. Let me go ahead and pull it up in the background as I provide you this commentary. But when you make these custom attractions in these places, sometimes you just, there are just things that happen. There are things that are unforeseen, that maybe you modeled it out and it's like, okay, well, this should work this way and we should be able to get this many people through an hour and so forth. Or maybe perhaps we have this reverberant schedule and, we're confident in that. And then you get out there and you build these things and you invest, in the case of a Six Flags park, maybe like 10, 20, 30, $40 million. In the case of Universal, I'm sure it's more like 100, 120, $150 million on a coaster like this, right? And you think, hey, this should work this way. And then it doesn't. And it's like, what do? You have kind of a sunk cost, right? Because you can't walk away from it necessarily. If there is something that can be overcome, let's go ahead and pursue that. But maybe the scope of it is just too large. Maybe it is something that you have to walk away from. We've seen that before in coaster history, like Son of Beast, for example, right? Son of Beast, the complement to The Beast. Is that King's Island? Oh, no. See, people in the chat are going to be like, oh, he doesn't know his theme parks. He's a fraud. Yeah. I always get these confused, so I just want to make sure here. Okay, Kings Island, Mason, Ohio. Okay, just want to make sure. When that coaster opened, it was like, hey, this is a groundbreaking coaster. This is going to be a compliment to the Beast. This coaster from like the 70s, right? Where just basically a guy that went out there and just built one and just kept extending it and so forth. Let's go ahead and add a compliment to this. Let's build Son of Beast. That's when I think Paramount owned those parks, which is very interesting. Okay, they built Son of Beast. It's up. And then, obviously, it was built very shoddily, right? Because I believe it was Roller Coasters. Oh, was it Roller Coaster Company of America? Is that the one? Let me just see it. Yeah, Roller Coaster Corporation of America, RCCA. Yeah. By the way, any RCCA attractions out there? No good. They are all bad, all universally bad. And that company may have been, allegedly they might have been investing those dollars somewhere else, and it's just it's no good. But When Son of Beast opens, everybody's excited. They want to go on it. And it has issues, and it has issues, and it has issues, and it has issues. And then it gets to a certain point where it's like, we can't overcome these issues. It's too rickety, it's too janky, it's too, there's no demand for it. It would cost way more to fix it than what it's worth. So you got to pull it down, you got to restart. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen here. I don't know the extent of these issues plaguing Stardust. But sometimes that just happens. Sometimes it's just, you go in with the best intentions. Maybe you get a contractor who says, hey, we're going to be able to facilitate this build at quality at this price. You pay them. You don't get what you pay for. I think in that case, they did. But still, it happens. And that's most unfortunate. Rocket rods, right? Back in the day. It's like, okay, we lost our sponsor for this attraction because if people don't know the extended history of rocket rods, obviously you have heard of the replacement to the People Mover at Disneyland, right? It's the reason why those tracks sit abandoned today. Because it's like, okay, we're going to take the People Mover, right? We're going to remove that. This workhorse, this Bob Gurr, invention. Going to go ahead and remove that. Something that's been operating with almost without issue. I say almost without issue because, unfortunately, some people jumping between trains didn't no good, right? But limited issues since 1967 is when the People Mover originally opened, and then it closes, I believe, in 95, 96. For all that time, 30 years or something, everything's all good. They replace it with the rocket rods. Now the rocket rods, you're using the test track ride system, right? Well, you got to think the test track ride system was brand new. Nobody had ever used it before. Nobody had ever implemented a system like that before. And the Imagineers building test track out there with I believe it was I think they had a sponsorship with Goodyear tires, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe it was an automotive manufacturer. I can't quite recall the exact details, but they had a sponsor for the attraction out there for test track, right? And they were upgrading it from World of Motion. They were implementing the test track ride system, and everything's running fine. Everything's running good. And all of a sudden, a car goes off the track, hits a wall, and it's like, whoa, can't have that happen. So they had to go back in, redesign everything. That's why test track was pushed back so far. But the result in delaying that to the extent that they did, Disneyland lost its sponsorship because that same company was going to sponsor both attractions, that being test track and rocket rods out there in Disneyland. So Disneyland was like, well, we don't really have an e-ticket for the relaunch of Tomorrowland. We kind of need one. Can we make it work with not banking those turns for that old People Mover track? And they tried it. Didn't work. It failed. It failed miserably. They went through way more tires than they should have. The computer systems couldn't keep up with the constant slowing down for those turns and so forth. It was a disaster. 3-hour lines. No good. Only lasted a season. And then never to be heard from again. And that's why those tracks were empty. Sometimes that happens. It's terrible. We don't want it. We want these to be operating for, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. If I could, I'd like Splash Mountain to keep operating myself personally. But sometimes you get in and you can't get out. So it's very unfortunate. I don't know if that's happening here. It's way too early to tell. But I will say it does give me a little bit of, concern that this has been extended. This refurbishment has been extended the way it has multiple times. To me, it also says that Universal's trying to get this up. They're being conservative with their outlook when it comes to refurbishment. Maybe that's because they don't want to necessarily, diminish visitation when it comes to the summer. It's possible. Maybe they know it's a longer refurbishment than what they're necessarily saying right now. I don't know. But what I do know is that Stardust Racers has been having issues, so many issues in its first year, and now those might have come to a head. Very sad. Let's see right here. Is that why Tron is sponsored by Enterprise? Yeah, I mean, the history of sponsorships at the Walt Disney Company, those go back farther than people think. I do believe, I guess the most famous one is probably the Santa Fe and Disneyland Railroad dual participation there, right? Santa Fe did sponsor the Disneyland Railroad in its initial years. The Alweg monorail, right? That was sponsored by Alweg. You had a sponsorship. Was it TWA for the Enchanted Tiki Room back in 1963? I believe that started out with a sponsorship. And then later Dole, obviously. Golden Shogi, thank you so much for that, for sure. No good. No good. Royal 21 Royale with cheese. I went on Rocket Rod several times and it was awesome. It's just too bad, but it didn't work out. And then we lost all the people moving forever. Tragic. Very sad. Yes, it was no good. No good. I did ride on the Rocket Rods a number of times. I was lucky enough to in that first year. And it was fun enough. It wasn't themed, and I think that hurt it. As soon as it started getting fun, it slowed down, which was no good. But it was a decent experience, right? Hindsight being what it is, though, you would have loved to have seen the people move remain, given the issues that plagued the Rocket Rods and the closures and so forth. John MK... Oh, Mickey... Yeah, John Mickey Train. Okay, there you go. They should try to add another dark ride within the space if it's going to be down for an extended time. Yeah, we would all prefer that. The problem is a dark ride, it takes time. Yeah, it could take a number of years to get a dark ride established. So that's kind of the issue, is like, yeah, Epic Universe needs more rides. There's no question about that. It needs more attractions. I think everybody kind of admits that. Even the people who are very big Epic Universe lovers will admit it's just not enough to do. And that's the thing. This is the initial year for this park. We're comparing it to parks that have had 20, 30, 40, 50 years of development right next to it. So obviously it's going to be a little bit lackluster when it comes to those rides. But if you round out your experience with the shows and so forth, I think you can get a good full day's worth of entertainment. Needs the fireworks, that's for sure. Space Safe 2000 saying, any updates on fireworks? Yes. So there is been some updates. There have been some permits pulled for launch sites. There have been some permits pulled for, I believe, a new fountain show that might play host to some entertainment spectaculars at night for Epic Universe to draw out your day, right? Because that's the goal. The goal is to get you to stay there for as long as possible. And the reason being is because the longer you stay, the longer that you might be inclined to purchase merchandise and maybe go out to dinner, maybe go out to lunch, maybe have multiple meals, etc. So this was why it was so crucial for World of Color to be added to Disney California Adventure back in 2012, because previous to that, 2011 maybe. Previous to that, Disney California Adventure had no nighttime entertainment. And there was a time back when I was growing up at that park, this would have been 2001 to 2005, something like that. You go to Paradise Pier at night, nobody there. Nobody. The way I heard it described was you can fire a cannon off and not hit anybody through major walkways and portions of that theme park at night. Then World of Color, that was the first time. When World of Color opened in 2011, that was the first time I noticed, hey, this park is hitting near capacity. People are staying in droves, leaving in droves when the park would close and so forth. And it was an operational experience I had never experienced before World of Color actually opened. Really, really cool stuff. It was a cool time to be a Disney Parks fan back then. But that's the idea. The idea is you add nighttime entertainment to extend people's day out. Epcot, for example, with Reflections of Earth and all of that. Anywho's, Epic Universe has been designed for nighttime entertainment. The question is when they'll actually be open. Space Save 2000. Give me just 1 second. MJ, hit the whistle. Absolutely. You know, you do have to wet your whistle every once in a while. Space Day 2000. They could pad the crowds better with longer hours too. Midnight close, 8 a.m. open. Indeed, I do agree with that. That would help out operationally, I think. Now, they might not have the team members to actually facilitate all-day operations like that. But you got to think, right? If you extend people's day out with hours, maybe all these rides aren't hit at the same time. We saw this with Disneyland, actually, when it had very truncated hours back during the reopening. That would occur in April and May of 2021. When they had those severely truncated hours, that limited how many people they could have into the park. With longer hours, people are able to stretch out their day, go when they want. I think that would even out the crowds as well. They might not be able to because of team members. I know they're constantly trying to get maintenance technicians, constantly trying to up their team member count, constantly trying to get parts to facilitate these attractions for all the operation. There's been some real big growing pains, and that's why Universal, or I should say Comcast leadership is saying, hey, we are not 100% capacity right now. We are not at those levels at this point because there are just some issues that they are still trying to overcome even to this day. Let's see here. MagicalyMJ, when rides are not available and walls are up, all of these theme parks need to provide extra entertainment to give people the best bang for their buck. I do agree with that. Look, if Stardust is going to be down, you might not be able to get a dark ride set up. You can always get entertainment set up. You can always have a pop-up show. You can always have stuff rolled in at relatively short notice and keep people entertained. That's a good point, MJ, and it's one I hope that more park operators are aware of. Fun fact, that's not a side effect, MJ has a genuine steam whistle next to her computer. She might. That I never considered that possibility. MJ, I think he's onto something. It comes in very loud and clear. Thank you so much. Very much appreciate it, Coach Jockey. Space Dave 2000. So they haven't learned all of this from Universal and Disney World. Yes, that is very weird, isn't it? It's very strange how theme park operators, and I'll even go with Disney with this, by the way, in some respects, some aspects. Learn from your past. Learn from those who came before you. Add in some of that operational philosophy, that kind of maybe institutional memory. I know a lot of that's been lost, but you can still go back into the archives and figure out what the old crew used to do in situations like this, because everything, for the most part, isn't necessarily unprecedented, at least at this point. Okay, let's see. For Oswald, why are they doing a Mario Galaxy show in the lagoon? No idea. I have heard there might be, for future releases of some Universal movies, maybe even Nintendo movies, that there might be a little bit more of that. What do they call it? They call it synergy, right? That kind of cross-pollination. There might be more of that, but we're not really seeing a lot for Mario Galaxy, which is very interesting because they actually, Universal that is, opened Super Mario Brothers, the original movie, and Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios Hollywood very close to each other. And I think it really benefited from the two of those opening in such a close time period. It's interesting how they haven't done more on that. So there you go. Space Day 2000, preach King Vash, learn from the past. I know. You gotta learn from the past. I very much appreciate that, Space Dave. Brer Oswald, missed an opportunity. Galaxy was the one to do it. Best music, best theming. Yeah, that's true. It's a fantastic game, a fantastic movie. It looks like. I think it is going to meet expectation in some respect. I know, Brer Oswald, you have a little bit more opinion about that. You're saying, they're missing elements from the film that have been featured in the games. I hear you for sure. I want to wait just until that movie's released just to see if that is true. But I think there could have been more synergy on that end, as well as some in-park tie-ins and so forth. Which, by the way, whatever happened to those? We used to get those, by the way, at Disneyland back in the day. Does anybody remember this? You used to go to the MagicalyMJ Theater, for example, and see a trailer for some movie that was coming out. The Muppet Vision 3D Theater over there at Disney California Adventure. I think Electronica used to take place in the surrounding area, and you had a Tron trailer inside. I think Ant-Man, that trailer, the original Ant-Man that is, that used to play in the It's Tough to Be a Bug Theater back in DCA. You used to have all these tie-ins and so forth. What happened to those? Disney, get on it here. We can open up these theaters up here. MagicalyMJ, just a fun fact. The first ever ride I did at Disney World was the train, and I was with my dad. So that train is dear to my heart. Dear to my heart as well. I have a long sound effect here. I think I still have it. Maybe I don't. Maybe I got it removed, but I actually created this long sound effect of the train coming in the station, because I just love the steam coming off of that. The great announcement that you hear over the speakers when that happens. Oh, it's just so good. So fantastic. MagicalyMJ, thank you so much for your experience, because boy, oh boy, when I hear those sounds, it just takes me right back into the Magic Kingdom or Disneyland, depending on your preference. All right. Stardust Racers, it has been delayed, but in terms of coasters, well, whether they're domestic or at sea, they haven't been necessarily been having the best luck. Here you go from Theme Park Express. Let's see, review. Updated. Oh, good. Let's go ahead and accept that right there. I'm sure I'm not giving over any of my data or anything. It's going to be fine, guys. Don't worry about it. Theme Park Express. Iron Cycle Coaster never opened on the Disney Adventure maiden voyage. And many guests, from what I've heard, voiced their frustrations. And in return, we were given a $100 stateroom credit at 11 p.m. that night before the cruise ended. I appreciate the offer, but for those who didn't spend much money on this cruise, then this doesn't help so much. Hopefully, I'll get to ride the next cruise. Boy, oh boy. We have seen the staterooms on the Disney Adventure. We covered that in depth yesterday on Vash Sky ParkCast. They don't look good. They look a little small. I gotta get that sound effect of the name, you know? A little small. Okay, whatever. This is certainly an entertainment vessel, especially because I do believe I was shocked because we were talking with MJ about this, and I think Erica yesterday on the stream. We were talking about where the Disney Adventure makes port. Apparently, the Adventure doesn't. You're just out at sea, then you come back. So all your entertainment is limited to what's on the vessel. If it doesn't have a major attraction on the vessel, that's why they're giving out the $100 stateroom credit. I remember when I was on the Wish, and I wanted to go on the Mickey Mouse water coaster. I can't remember what it's called. I'm sorry, guys. And Aqueduct? Aquamouse? Okay. It never opened. The whole time we were on the Wish. Never once opened. So I never got a $100 stateroom credit. At least they're giving it out. Yeah, Brother Oswald. It doesn't make port. This was revealed in Scott Gustin's a beautiful Substack article, which I'll put it up. You guys don't believe me. Check it out. Here we go. Substack. Let's see. Yep. 5 quick takeaways. Number 1, entertainment is the ship's biggest strength. Between Remember, the fireworks show, Avengers Assemble, and Moana Call of the Sea, the Disney Adventure delivers some of the most satisfying entertainment in the fleet. And with the cruise having no port stops, go ahead and highlight that for you. That level of entertainment is essential. Fortunately, Disney absolutely nailed it. Well, they didn't quite nail it with their maiden voyage not having that coaster on board. Which, by the way, I think they play a scene from that coaster on one of the Deadpool shows or whatever that's on the vessel. And if people don't know what I'm talking about, let me see if I can get you what this coaster looks like, because it is on this vessel. Let me see. I might not be able to get video, but I'll be able to get some pictures for you. Give me a second here. Let's see here. There we go. That's the one. And yeah, so you can see right here in this concept art where this coaster is. Travels all the way around the vessel. I think this was a feature that was part of the global dream, the previous cruise ship's name. If people aren't familiar, Disney Adventure wasn't built from the ground up. It was actually an acquisition for the Walt Disney Company. It was previously with a Chinese company. They were building it, and that company went out of business. They acquired that vessel that was mid-production. So that was the global dream, then turned to Disney Adventure. And you can see the coaster right there. By the way, yes, in the middle of that screen, that is what is going to be featured at Villains Land, according to rumors. That is a spinner. And I said this about it. Let me see if I can put this up on screen. You can see right there, this tweet from Walt Disney World News today. Our first stop, to ride a spinner on a cruise ship. You can see that right there. I said, can't wait to ride this at Villains Land. That tweet blew up. I mean, come on, guys. Like, if we're putting those kind of experiences on cruise ships, maybe we don't go forward with that. Maybe we shouldn't go forward with that. Rudio, that's our future, Vash. It sure is. Rudio, if that attraction opens at Ursula Spinner at Villains Land, we got to go on it together. We have to. We have to do it together. I think that'd be a lot of fun right there. But yeah, that's what's going on. Let's see. That feels tacky on a ship. I am, in my opinion, Space 8 2000. I mean, yeah, I can see that. If your vessel's large enough to support it, I don't necessarily see the harm in it in like a spinner. That being said, though, it's not the best look. It's not the best look. It's not elegant. But I've seen crazy stuff on board some of these vessels, some of these bigger cruise ships. I mean, I've seen like go-kart racing and stuff like that. It's crazy what they're putting on these vessels now, which is very interesting because there has been a change in philosophy when it comes to cruise line companies and cruise line vessels and so forth. Previously, it was like, okay, the cruise vessel is just a vessel to get you from point A to point B. People are more concerned about where they stop, whether it's Castaway Cay or Lighthouse Point or whatever, right? When I believe Royal polled its cruise attendees and their guests, the result that came back to them was that people put a heavier emphasis on their accommodations, the ship itself, than maybe the ports themselves, as these vessels got larger and larger. And so that's why there's kind of an arms race right now to provide the most spectacular cruise vessel out there. And in this case, the Disney Adventure doesn't even make port, right? It doesn't even go anywhere, just at sea. So it's placed a larger emphasis on the vessel itself, right? That's why you have somebody like Bright Sun Travels, for example. He reviews all of those ships. He reviews all of those vessels separately in order to provide for his audience, hey, is this worth going on to? The cruise liner has become so important. And it's really led to an amazing amount of vessels being constructed from all these cruise line proprietors to try to win this kind of arms race for consumers. I believe we have MJ wanting to come in. MJ, are you there?
I was just doing some stuff in the back. I can be if you like. Hi, everybody.
No. I didn't know whether or not.
No, I was checking on our mods. Shout out to the mods, man. They are so awesome. Thank you.
I want to thank
being here and all the great work you guys do. Fabulous.
I
Tom
want to thank every
Atkins.
single mod
Yeah.
out there, by the way.
Yeah.
You guys have been doing a great job keeping that chat clean. Look, I understand we've had some issues, but we were able to overcome them. They've been so supportive, and they really want to keep that a great experience for you in the chat. So thank you so much, mods, for doing what you do. Really, you make this possible. MJ, very quickly, while I have you.
Yeah, sure.
To you, is it more important where you go or where you stay when it comes to a cruise line?
Well, these ships are supposed to be like a floating resort on the water. So I want a little bit of both. I want to be entertained while I'm going to my destination. And then I want to be able to get off the ship and explore places that I've never been to. So it's really important for both. But I did see a comment from Remy 8767. I kind of agree with you. And there was some other people in the chat talking about the audience, the attendees that were invited. Most of them are on the media list. Some were not. Some actually, they paid their dues, and some were invited. From what I saw, because I saw multiple, I've heard everything from the food being absolutely amazing to the entertainment being outstanding. A lot of dinner shows that were really cool, a lot of meet and greets. That ship has a lot to offer, and the staterooms are a sad situation. I'm waiting to get some more information before I can give my full opinion. And these are just POVs, right? It's not like I actually went on, but based from what I'm seeing, I'm intrigued. I would, if I had the opportunity, I would definitely board and check it out, because it's only for a few days, and 3 days goes by really quick. And
it goes by fast.
Yeah, but the biggest complaint is how come it's not coming out of sailing out of a port from the US. So when it first debuted, I did see the numbers on the Disney Cruise Line website. And I was actually shocked. And this is before, I want to say it was sometime in February, because the maiden voyage came out in March this month. But I was doing just a regular search for a family of our size. And I kid you not, even the one sailing out of Singapore, granted, this is not including flight tickets, right? It was between the $2,000 and $3,000 marker. I was taken back. I said, what? There's no
really?
way. I'm not kidding. Because I've been shopping for a cruise for us as a family to go to for a while. I really want to experience a Disney cruise.
Sure.
And I was like, but wait a minute, this sounds doable, but then we got to get to Singapore. And I'm like, that's not going to happen. I'm not going to take everyone over there, right? That's just not for now. Maybe when the kids get a little bit older. I feel more, I feel safer, sailing out of a port here where we live, close by. So anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you, but
please,
the entertainment, the singers, and I wanted to tell you, yes, there is a Mike and Sully restaurant on the ship. And I
believe it's like an Asian restaurant, right?
Hibachi style, almost like a Benihana's. And I was like, whoa, is this what Harryhausen's is going to look like over at Monstropolis? I was wondering about that, because they like to mimic, right? They like to
they like to reuse assets.
And then put it in the park. So I thought that was interesting. And the vlogger got some excellent footage on that restaurant. It looks just like a hibachi place that you would go to, like Benihana's or Saido's, or,
Do you know if it's extra cost?
That's a good question. I'm still doing some research. There are quick service meals that are included in your itinerary. I believe fine dining is always extra. If you could purchase like a beverage package that, if you are an alcohol drinker, then you would want that package. But for like us, we don't drink alcohol, and we're okay with water, coffee, soda, things like that. So, I mean, it's all included. But yeah, I wonder if that Harryhausen's themed restaurant, if it's extra. I'm sure it is. It's got to be, right? I don't think it's.
Yeah, I would think it's extra. I don't know if it's like Palo.
Yeah.
But I would think it would be a little bit extra. Yes, staterooms are a little bit smaller. We did talk about that on last show right here. If people aren't familiar,
yeah.
See if I can get there on this one.
I think we have a visitor.
Oh, I think we have a visitor. All right. You know what? You were right. We do have a visitor. We do have Tom F back there. Hello there, Tom. How is it going right now?
Hey, Tom.
Hello. You all hear me okay?
Oh, yeah. You sound beautiful. Sound great.
The dulcet tones, Tom, just sound amazing.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, latte, oh.
I have Tom on for one specific reason, MJ.
Sure. Yes, we do.
It's a surprise.
All right.
It's just
Fire
for
away.
you.
Oh.
Welcome to the Magic Kingdom.
There you go.
That
would be. Oh yes.
It is so cute. Don't make me cry right now. What?
Hey.
So
we had to do it for you, MJ. We had to, commemorate whenever you came on right there because you're probably going to be the one on, at least for some of these streams at least, going forward, whether it just be me or with a full panel. So there you go. We had to do one for you. We're currently doing a lot of them.
You're welcome. Vash, do you want to drop the other bomb on her?
What's the other bomb?
A bomb?
It's a little bit longer.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
do we have something?
It has. I think it has something to do with Magic Kingdom, but it's a little bit to do with music.
Music. Oh yes, yes. That's true. Tom, do you have the track to play?
I thought I sent it to you. Let me check it.
Let me see. Aww. This is some cute stuff. And then, folks, we will absolutely get into this crazy story at Disneyland Resort.
If you can't find it, I'll find it.
Yeah, let me see here. I might have it here. Sorry, folks. I know we put on the best show possible for you.
Yes, folks, we only have high-class stuff on this show.
That's right, the highest of classes.
I was so disappointed when I saw the Captain America that they had. Of course, they put him on the ship, right? And he was doing meet and greets and photos opportunities. There was no line to take pictures with him, by the way, when I saw the vloggers. And they were like, oh, look, what's his name is over there? Yeah, that's what's his name. But nobody wanted to take a picture with him.
Oh,
this guy right here. Yeah, that's
Captain. No good.
No, well, who wants to? I don't want to take a picture with him either.
Okay, I do believe I have it, Tom.
Okay,
I do believe I got it. Let me see if I can get it into a place where.
Oh man, you guys are gonna have me crying.
Let's see.
I don't know.
All right. Let me see if we can play it here for you.
Sun is up and the sky is bright. Packing bags is a Disney trip. Laughing loud on the monorail ride. Friends and family right by my side. Magic in the air tonight. Fireworks gonna light the sky. We're dancing through the Disney parks today. Laughing all the worries away. From the castle lights to the parade. We're singing loud in the sunshine shade. Hands up high, let the good times start. Disney magic in our hearts.
It's actually pretty good. It's a pretty good bop right there.
It really is.
Color lights in the bright parade. Spinning fast on a carousel ride.
The words are so
Every
cool.
smile shining far and wide. We're dancing
Very cool.
through the Disney parks today. Laughing all the worries away. From the castle lights to the parade. We're singing loud in the sunshine shade. Hands up high. Let
yeah.
the good times start. Disney magic.
Can't help but dance, right, Vash?
I'm not a very good dancer, but I'll try.
you don't want to see me dance.
I I'm really touched with the words talking about like the fireworks and stuff like that. He knows that those fireworks mean a lot to me. Wow.
Everything feels so right.
Oh my God.
Memories that will never fade. Hands up high, let the good times start. Disney magic.
Vash, you're dancing.
You can't not.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, Tom,
Thank
that
you
was
so much.
nice.
Very
Thank
much
you.
appreciate that, Tom. MJ, do you got that applause for us?
Oh, thank you so much. Oh my God. I'm like crying and shaking and all the emotions are coming out and I don't know which buttons to press. my glasses are fogging up. Thank
Well,
you, Tom. Oh my goodness.
You're welcome.
MJ needed a little bit of a pickup right there, and Tom was happy to provide it. That was
For
pretty awesome,
everybody,
Tom.
for everyone in the audience that is not familiar with this community, Tom F is a extraordinary musician. He's a friend of the people on the
I'm a
channel.
friend, yes.
And the panelists here, and he's very talented, and we are all very close. And the fact that he did this means the world to me. So I just want to express my thank you. And yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that this is a very special individual. He's always working really hard to make sure everyone's good and double checking the channels. And he's the mod of the century, literally. So thank you, Tom. Thank you.
He's so
much.
good. Thank you so much, Tom. Very much appreciate you. Seriously, awesome stuff.
Tom, please tell everyone where they can find you and all the stuff you have going on your channel.
Well, I'm all over the place, but I got my little channel TJ Magnifi on YouTube, and gonna release more stuff and pop in, but that's about it right now.
Cool. We have
Blessings
got
to you and Linda.
quite the story here coming up right here. We have 146 of you out there in the chat. Thank you so much for joining us here. Awesome
Thank
stuff.
you.
Tom, thank you. That was fantastic. MJ, thank you. All right, guys. I don't know. Let's see if we can approach this together right here, because this might be very, very interesting. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and put this up here.
Did we lose MJ?
And oh no, MJ's back there. MJ's back there. Don't worry. She can come on in whenever she would like. But we have to talk about this story right here. This story is crazy. It is all over the news right now. We are talking about the Oblivion streamer and a swatting incident that took place at Disneyland. Let me see if I can bring an article up right here, which is just the craziest story. Here we go. From KTLA. 5 Disneyland swatting hoax triggers large law enforcement presence. This by Josh DeBose, March 11, 2026, right here. It's been updated multiple times. A heavy presence of police officers responded to Disneyland after reportedly receiving calls of I can't say that on YouTube, at the beloved theme park Wednesday night. There was an emergency, a false emergency situation that was called in, and it was attributed to one specific streamer.
Activity.
False activity, right? Which, by the way, Tom, I want to go ahead and ask you, pick your brain on this. That is a felony, right?
Yes. It depends on the state. But I'm pretty sure California, that's a felony.
I would think so. And there was a huge police presence with helicopters and everything else. Details are limited, and it's unclear exactly what time police responded to the park, but footage of the scene obtained by KTLA showed at least a dozen Anaheim Police Department patrol cruises staged on Disneyland grounds. Cruisers, I should say. Anaheim PD Sergeant Matt Suter told KTLA that investigators believe the incident was a, quote, swatting, a criminal hoax where a caller reports a false emergency, often claiming there's an active blank situation or a blank, prompting response from a police department SWAT teams, but that police were clearing the scene out of an abundance of caution. Okay, so there's a lot there, but it gets even worse, guys. So how'd this all happen? What transpired exactly? All right, there were these 2 streamers that were at the park. One, I think, much bigger than the other, this Oblivion streamer. And he was there with his girlfriend. I can't remember her name right now. Let me see if I can look that information up right now. But they were
Are they
visiting the
just
parks
mark
together.
streamers, or what kind of streamers are they? Video gamers? What?
I believe they're kind of general influencers. We've covered stories like this before, Tom, like iShowSpeed, for example, right? He's
Yeah.
kind of a streamer, starting out on Twitch, I believe, and has had streams on YouTube and everything else. Huge streamer in general. He visits, landmarks around the world and so forth, gets a really big response, and a lot of people are very excited whenever he makes his appearances public. Yeah, it was Oblivion and Layla, I do believe. Okay. So they're visiting the park. They're live streaming at that time, I believe on Kick, if I'm not mistaken. And everything's kind of going okay. We've seen these things, Tom, where you have a bunch of live streamers, or maybe like a few live streamers, but a bunch of people around them, right? They crowd around them, and they create this chaotic situation in which these people are trying to move to the park and so forth, and they're just getting accosted, or maybe they come off an attraction that people, watching the live stream know that they're on, and then they crowd the exit. It's crazy. I think we've covered that stuff before. You heard about this, right, Tom?
Yes.
Gotcha. And it is wild. This was a completely different situation. Yes, they were, saying hi to some people out there that were. Well, let me see here. Oh, he's still okay. I see. They were saying hi to the people who wanted to say hi to them. They were, navigating through the parks, and everything was fine. They, from what I have seen on this live streaming, which they posted on their YouTube account, looked through 4 hours of footage. I didn't really see any egregious activity. There was some colorful language that was used, and technically, guys, you are on private property. And if they want to impose a language restriction, that's kind of their prerogative to do so.
Yes.
So we did get, a few instances of language, which in this stream that I've edited here, I did actually edit that language out. I believe I counted like 137 uses of the F word there. Not good.
Oh, really?
You don't want to go ahead and do that.
One word
Yeah.
and other things.
Yeah, there was some language there, which you shouldn't do, but relatively minor, right?
Especially when there's kids around, it's
Right. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that, folks.
don't do that. Ruin other people's day for no reason.
Right. But usually that's not going to get you kicked out unless you're very egregious with it. Then you get kicked out. But it was kind of under the breath or whatever. It was kind of amongst them. Maybe people can go 50-50 on it. But then when they went to Disneyland, that's when the trouble started. And it wasn't actually trouble that they themselves caused, which was very interesting. Let's go ahead and play this video with audio right here. I do believe it has been censored. There might be some words that get through, folks. Very much apologize. I went through it pretty extensively, but you just never know. Here we go.
Crazy, Cheddar. Yeah, let's do it. Hey, I need a Red Bull or a Pericasso.
Yeah, let's get something. Let's get a Red Bull.
What's good, my boy?
Right?
Chilling?
Yeah, right?
Yes, sir.
You can see the gentleman with the
Yeah, me
black
too.
it up right there.
All right, then. Nice seeing you. Yeah.
That is Oblivion, the streamer,
Yes, sir, bro. Have a good one, bro.
and
Yes, sir,
his
yes, sir.
girlfriend
Hey,
Layla
should
right
we go to
beside him.
Starbucks?
Yeah.
Yeah? Oblivion, bro. What's good, my boy? What's good, boy?
So we see this a lot with influencers, right? They see the camera, they see the, maybe they I guess the terminology might be stream sniping, in which they see the stream and then they go to that player's position right there, or that streamer's position, and try to make contact with them. We've seen that before. This is pretty tame, relatively speaking, but they get in here, and let's see if I can go ahead and move forward just a little bit. And they get all the way into the park right there. And at this point, this is around 10 o'clock or so, at this point, the police presence is already becoming kind of a thing. There are, multiple officers making their way onto Disney property right now. There are multiple security guards being stationed at various points along Disneyland property. Specifically, the call is out there, and what's interesting is these streamers actually have an interaction with some fans that inform them on what is going on around them, because before this time they actually didn't know what was going on. So let me see if I can even fast forward even past this part. Here we go.
He knows. Wait.
Hey, let's go here.
I don't know what it is.
Take a picture, boy.
Oh, let's do it. Let's do it. Hey, there's a bunch of cops or what?
Yeah.
You know what's wrong with it?
A bunch of them passed that way.
Bunch of cops is what he's saying.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hey.
Yes, sir, bro. Have a good one. Yes, sir. Have a good one. Che, nos van a aplastar a la verga. Yeah, let's do it.
Hey, it's not our first one, but it's a scary, so you gotta
All
do
right.
exactly what they say.
Yes, sir. Have a good one. My bad, bro.
Fuck, that's scary.
Her ears. Okay, let's go get your ears before we get kicked out, I guess.
Do you think they're gonna kick us out?
No, they shouldn't. We didn't do anything. But I think we're good, though. No
So
cap.
they kind of know that
Here, I'll just try it.
they kind of know that there is something going on, something happening. There is a large police presence actually gathering. And they actually suspect themselves that they might actually
I know,
get
that ruined the mood.
kicked out over these issues. Here we go.
What's happening in the chat? Everyone's leaving, huh?
Is everyone leaving?
Can I get a pic?
Yeah, let's do it real quick.
Like an hour age.
Hey, is it true you SWATTED?
Yeah.
I don't know why they said it, but
I heard that you were.
So if you didn't hear that,
Yeah, I heard it.
fan actually informed them like, "Hey, is it true that you've been swatted?" It's like, "Whoa, what is going on here?" Yeah, so now the information's kind of starting to come together.
what's good?
Yeah.
All right, later, my boy. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, appreciate it, bro.
Yes, sir, bro. Later, bro.
Okay, let's go get a picture.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. All right, let's get your ears before. Chat, that shit ruined my whole mood.
Yeah, I try to
then
get
have a
all
go
the
on. Yeah, yeah.
language, folks, but
Let me see what's clips.
it might
It's
still
you,
come
be
through.
careful.
So
Wait, it is us?
just be aware.
Yeah, we go.
Papa.
Oh, it is, bro. It is that guy the guy that started Zavala started us.
Wait, who?
Okay, so he kind of knows
He
who actually
said
might have
what?
done it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tom.
Okay.
So he has a suspicion who it actually is right there. Who is this dude? This is Oblivion the streamer. Now, again, we're covering the story because it did actually affect, some surrounding areas. There was a huge police presence called. There was a lot of resources called to this theme park right here, that being Disneyland, and it did disrupt. So this is why we're covering it. This is a big, big story here, and thank you so much, mods in the chat. Very much appreciate you. Let's go ahead and keep going. All right, we're gonna go ahead and fast forward to the next point of interest here.
What happened? Chat, this.
Brings up
Oh,
a-
they got the chopper here too.
Wait, what?
Go ahead, Tom.
It says it's the viewers did it, not him. But it could have
Yes.
been another streamer who did it, or somebody who doesn't like him. And to do that to somebody,
What the heck?
it's bad enough. It's doesn't matter what their language is unless they're sitting there causing a ruckus. And so far, this looks to like they're being pretty tame.
Yes, I mean we have covered other streamers on this in the past, not this tame. To your point, Tom. I do believe you're right on that on that kind of that point where I think it was a rival streamer that may have done this.
So if that's proven, the actually Disney and the state for wasting resources, police resources, those are major charges. It depends on where the person called it in from.
Yeah, that's true. That's a very good point. By the way, helicopter's up in the air right now.
Oh, they got the chopper here too.
Wait, what?
Damn. Bro, no way they swatted us at Disney, chat. Oh, they do got this right. Chat, they have a whole chopper right here. Look. Oh, shit.
What the heck? But they didn't even look at us. I mean, they looked at us, but
They looked at it, the cops knew it was like,
yeah, they're just chilling.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, somebody did call the cops.
What's
on
good,
him
my
specifically.
boy? What's good? What's good?
Okay, let's get a monster. Let's get a drink.
Yeah, we need to, huh? That shit ruined my mood, no cap, though, huh? That shit ruined my mood, no cap.
Me too.
Some language,
I
folks.
couldn't even
Sorry.
enjoy bubbles. So all I was thinking is cups.
All right, when they actually make it their way into this door,
Wait,
that's
what's
when
with
the
the doors then?
confrontation starts.
He was also talking. Yo, I wasn't talking.
Yeah, that quarter's in.
Chat, I wasn't talking on Kirk Mafia, bro. Like that is. I was just saying like about the kid shit. Like, all right, just whatever.
Okay, let's go ahead and skip a little bit forward here. And when he's holding the lightsaber, that's when things go a little bit awry.
Oh, hi, boss. Yeah. Oh shit.
Come with me, please.
Oh, let's do a picture though, real quick.
Excuse me. What are you from?
Thank you, bro. Yes, sir. Have a good night.
Thank you. I need to thank you for your cooperation.
Yeah. Hold on.
Folks, can we, we're going to ask you, are you with the group here? No. Can I ask you guys to clear the area for me, please? Thank you. Hi there.
Hi, I was gonna ask if you can stop filming while we talk to everyone.
No, we're just gonna film for our safety.
So they've been asked not to continue filming. They do continue, though, and that's what gets us this interaction right here. There are at least 2 Disneyland security officers that I can see here, or security guards, I should say.
When it was unarmed, unclothed, plainclothes. Sorry, brain went. Following
yes.
them for a time bit. Yeah.
Yeah, there might have been, for sure. And there are about 4 or 5 police officers, Anaheim police officers over here as well.
We don't know what's going on.
So we were called because there was several concerns going on. Okay, so we were told that there was some type of altercation at the main entrance. Do you want to elaborate what happened there?
There was no altercation.
Okay, were you guys pantsing each other?
No.
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 We've had multiple complaints.
What'd she say?
No.
Do you know what
They
she
said
said, Tom?
that those 2 were in an altercation with each other.
I mean, I didn't see anything on the
No,
stream earlier.
that's what she. Can you just go back a little bit so we can rehear that?
Please.
Each other? Do you want to elaborate what happened there? Okay, so
We don't know what's going on.
so we were called because there was several concerns going on. Okay, so we were told that there was some type of altercation at the main entrance. Do you want to elaborate what happened there?
There was no altercation.
Okay, were you guys pantsing each other?
No.
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 We've had multiple complaints.
I didn't see that, and that's why I included all that footage so that we can give them a fair shake right there. It might have, not been included in this portion of the stream right here. I did cut the first 3 hours or so out, so I'll review that footage on my own, but I didn't see that myself. We'll move on.
Complaints and concerns expressed with your behavior.
Okay. Well, it's because someone from there, called them and swatted us because we're streamers. There's 14,000 people watching, and they just did that, and they just did it to another streamer. So they just swatted the area.
Who is they? I'm sorry.
Just like a bunch of random people on the internet.
Okay, and I'm sorry.
No, I get you. My name's Christian, but on the internet, my name's Oblivion.
Is it, hold on.
Oblivion.
My other ear here.
Oblivion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Christian, what's your last? Let me see what your. Do you mind if I look at what your stream is? I don't.
Yeah, it's just Oblivion. Oblivion SW.
And do you guys have IDs?
I'm just asking.
No, we don't have to show nothing.
Can I see your ticket media? How you
At
guys?
this point,
Oh, yeah, that didn't go well. You see that? What happened right there, Tom?
Mm-hmm.
She asked for IDs, and he said no. That's mark 1 here, but let's see.
you guys have IDs?
I'm just asking.
No, we don't have to show nothing.
Can I see your ticket media? How you
At
guys?
this point, if you don't show, we're going to be turning over to the Anaheim Police Department, and you will be asked to show them.
No, that's fine. It's just I didn't do any crime or anything, so I'm not gonna show anything. Look, even right here, they just said, look, Oblivion.
I just want to
No, it's because look, let me show the cops this because someone just swatted us. Look, Oblivion. Look, he was talking shit also. See, like it's just a random internet guy that just swatted us.
Hold for a second.
Yeah.
I'm gonna armchair quarterback here.
Please.
If they would have just produced ID, they probably wouldn't have got what's coming to them. I already know what's coming. They probably wouldn't. They would never got trespassing. Even if they could pull up an ID on his phone, if he didn't have it on his person, if it's at a hotel or whatever it is. Does Disneyland require ID to get in?
No, they do not.
Okay.
They don't. But, you are on private property.
You're on private
So
property.
Right. So if they ask for it,
It
is one of those things, right?
Have a right to not show it, but
Yeah.
they also have the right to trespass you and make you leave.
It would appear so. Let's go ahead and continue forward.
So just because, it creates a lot of being pain.
No, I understand. It's just that, we're just here filming and we're just streaming. Like, we're just enjoying Disney like everyone else. We're not harming no one.
But unfortunately, we've received multiple concerns.
I understand, but I just told you why. Like, I just explained the whole situation.
Not really, though.
Not really.
Can you explain it again to us?
I mean, I'm streaming in front of 14,000 people. There's someone that just called to get all these cops here. They swatted us. And, that's what happens with streamers.
That it was happened. I'm sorry, was what?
Because streamers, like, it just happened today to another streamer as well, so.
Okay.
Yeah, there were multiple swatting incidents on this day in the LA area. He is right about that.
Obviously you are on private property.
Oh, that's fine.
So security they have their questions that they want to answer, whatever. At the end of the day, if they don't feel like you're being cooperative, at that point they can ask you to leave.
Yeah, I get that.
And they can prevent you from coming back here in the future.
No, I understand, but like I come here often, and I never have this problem. So
We're going to have to end your day today.
that's fine.
Can
we get a refund?
At this point, no, you're all being issued trespass admonishments for failing to comply.
I mean, to your point, Tom, you're exactly right. That's what the cop was relaying to him, right? And refund 10 o'clock at night. It's gonna be unlikely.
10 o'clock at night, you're not going to get a refund, and if you would have gave her ID, you wouldn't have been trespassed. She took that personal.
It's coming.
What am I failing to comply? I don't have my ID. I don't have ID. How's that failing?
Unfortunately, then that's another matter that the police may have to handle, because if you can't identify who you are with an ID, then that can result in that becomes a different matter.
But like, I'm not trying to get banned. I legit didn't do anything though.
This has disrupted our business, so therefore we're asking to leave our property.
That's fine, but could we at least get a refund? Like, we just paid through.
No, at this point, no. We are not taking care of a refund tonight.
Okay. Well, who are you? And who are you?
I'm Tina. I'm the security watch commander. I'm the person in charge of security for the city.
Can we talk to like a manager or
I
something?
am the manager in charge.
I'm not trying to talk to a manager for security. I'm trying to talk to a manager here. Like, we didn't do anything though.
Your days have ended.
That's fine. All I'm looking for is a refund, and that's it.
So if you want to, she was trying to explain that to you. You can go on our website. Okay, but unfortunately tonight.
Okay, but I'm just trying to talk to someone right now to get a refund.
Unfortunately, no. You're speaking with Emily and myself, who are the security managers for the resort.
Like, I'm not doing nothing. Like, I'm complying with your orders. Like what else is there?
It's a disruption to our business at this point, so we're gonna be asking your group to leave.
All right, then. That's fine. Thank you.
And we're going to walk you guys out, and we would like to have name. We would
Let's
like
go.
to see your
No,
name.
we're good. Thank you.
Did you pay for the years?
Like, what?
Yeah, exactly. He catches that too.
Shoplifting.
They go
Can we
over
pay
this.
for these at least or no?
If you're taking them,
Yeah.
if you're gonna take them, then you could go to jail for petty theft, and we wouldn't
Oh
want that.
I don't need to. Can I say something? I don't need to steal nothing, to be honest.
We appreciate that you
Yeah,
paid for them.
and the fact that you're saying I'm gonna steal something is
I
crazy.
didn't know you were wearing them, that you hadn't paid for them.
Well, yeah, I was just shopping for some right now, and then you guys pulled up. So
You are right, First Joe. They do require that. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to show your
yeah,
ID.
like what?
The problem is, I get why he's still streaming. I do. He could have steered this a completely different way with just flying. Hey, be right back, screen.
Thank you.
Let me show them ID and we're good.
Right.
Or is this a point because there's something else going
Hey,
on?
where's
With,
my hat?
they don't want them to be aware of this droid that yet on stream.
That is a very open question. An open question. There you go.
Gosh.
Chat, like what?
Damn.
For yo. Chat, like bro, like bro.
This is crazy.
Chat, like I can't even enjoy a regular day here, bro. It's crazy. Flames calling, chat. I don't want to call no one right now, bro. I'm chilling. I'm annoyed, bro. Like, chat, y'all don't understand, bro. Like, chat, I was just trying to enjoy. Chat, I was just trying to enjoy like.
We weren't bothering anyone.
No, that's why. No, it's just they swatted. That's why. Chat, like y'all don't understand, bro. Like I was generally looking forward for a good day with Layla, bro. And then, bro, this, bro, like. Bro.
I do agree with
Hey, it's okay.
Rogue Attraction here. The point of streaming in this manner
Alan,
is
Chad,
to get
Alan,
some
they're not
notoriety,
trying
especially at
to damn
Disneyland.
refund us, bro, like,
So
That's crazy.
Chad,
Disney
spend,
kind of
like-
has to weigh that, right?
like
They have to weigh, okay,
1400 on this.
somebody wanted to stream at the park, maybe for even private use, commercial use, whatever.
Like
You have
Mickey
to weigh that
Mouse or
against whether or not it's a disturbance for the guests around them. And if it is, these are the kind of measures you have
Don't
to
answer
take,
questions.
right?
No, I'm not, Chad. At least we got an escort out there, right?
I was thinking about the same
Look, we
thing.
got a police escort. Look at Chad. Look at all these police. Yeah, we look like famous, huh, Chad? We kind of look famous and all that. I finally made it, Chad.
Now, what is he thinking about?
He's putting it on the front right now.
Or backstage.
You think so?
Yeah. Look at his body language.
Chad, I'm gonna be on.
Watch his
TikTok.
facial expressions. He's trying to keep it. He's trying to
Even I
keep it
think I did-
together.
Tried to rob someone, Chad.
Mm.
They probably think I.
think you're right.
Someone, huh?
Now he does say something here and
Chad,
gets
they
a
probably
phone
think I'm
call
going to
actually
jail.
that might actually that might explain some things going on right now.
You good?
Yeah. It was fun though.
While it lasted, right? Tight shit, tight shit.
And like, they're about to close anyways.
Yeah. Damn, that's crazy.
I know way, bro.
Damn, child. Chat. Hey, where's the one? Chat. I was blowing bubbles and I'm getting an escort, chat. For blowing bubbles. Look, chat.
Yeah.
No way I got swatted for this wand.
When we're backstage, we kindly ask that there be no filming.
Now we're just gonna film for our safety.
Now following direction.
Chat, like, bro, I'm not stopping this, bro.
That's no good. So that's kind of Mark 2 right there, I'd say.
We will continue to swat all your streams, your family members, contact us. Otherwise, we will continue with this operation.
So he got a message from allegedly the people behind the swatting effort right here. That's what he's reading off right now.
We will continue to swat all your streams, your family members, contact us. Otherwise, we will continue with this operation.
They're asking for ransomware, basically.
Yo, my boy Kirk,
Essentially,
bro.
yes.
Kirk, bro, like that. I'm not trying to beef or nothing, bro. I was just saying, bro, that little girl, bro, like it could have went bad and you know, the little girl that was in there. That's it, bro. Like I'm not trying to have beef. Like it's not even like that, bro. Like I never had a problem with you or whatsoever. Yo, what's good, Kane?
Yo, who did that to you?
Bro, some Kirk Nation or something, bro. Like, I'm not even trying to have beef.
People that swatted Buddy earlier too. Just like get your community to figure out who they are.
Nah, like I don't care about them. I don't care about them. They're cool. I'm chilling. I'm chilling, child. Like I don't care. Don't disrespect them, bro. Like it's not worth it.
Okay.
Show the cops the message. Show the police. Yeah, right now when they question us, child, like
They don't care about it. He already knows. He said, I already knows the swatting, but
Oh.
it's not their job, Playboy.
Never mind.
No, hey, what is hey?
how did I turn this off? Do you know?
Layla's fault. She's got luck.
How is
Oh,
that
here.
my fault? Stop.
Oh, this.
All right. Now we get into a further confrontation here. I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead just a little bit in order to get to that specific section. Tom, was it? Do you have a question?
No, I'm just watching.
Okay.
Right there.
Oh.
She runs this operation.
Child, no way we got banned for Disney for a bunch of.
Wait, has to be.
At least, your first and last time it was me.
Oh yeah.
And my last time is with you.
We're not banned.
No,
right?
we are. Shh, don't say nothing. I'm gonna try to
I don't think
swivel our way out.
he's about to get arrested.
He says he's about to swivel his way out.
Nah, but yo,
Know how
guys,
successful that's going
like
to go.
I said, yo, whoever just swatted me, bro, like, you got what you wanted, like, bro.
So now he makes contact with that first cast member again.
Y'all ruined the perfect day.
No, I'm not gonna give them my ID check for this.
They like
Talk to her. Let me talk to her. So like, what's gonna happen now? Like, you know?
All of you are being issued a trespass admonishment, which means you are no longer welcome at Disneyland Resort property.
Like-
should you come back to the Disneyland Resort property, you will be subject to arrest for trespassing.
But I don't-
And that includes
No.
coming back on property. Do you understand that?
Okay, can I talk now? No, I don't understand. Because, like, why am I getting trespass banned if is doing if it's not in my control of anything. Like I don't understand.
Your behavior. Then
What behavior, bro? Like it's not my behavior. It's not anything I did. It's
So she says your behavior and your conduct have disrupted our business operations. That was the reason cited. Just to be clear. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, well, he isn't reflecting on the fact that he denied her ID. They asked him to stop streaming. He hung himself with a very short rope there. Or walked.
It's all of these compliance checks, right, Tom? It's like all of this, like, okay, how compliant are you going to be?
As other people in the chat, he escalated it instead of de-escalating without cooperating him. He could have been like, hey, I got, swatted. Here's my information. This is what's going on. They did this to make me have a bad time and possibly have this outcome. That he didn't do that, realize that, gives, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but either he was enjoying getting notoriety for this, or he didn't realize the ramifications, what could happen from it.
Indeed. Very, very astute observation. I'm so glad I have you on, Tom. Because, I'm very glad to have you on. I'll just put it that way. Albertus Magnus, who is this? Again, this is Oblivion, the streamer.
It's just that they swatted it. Like, how's that my fault? I understand, but it's not my fault, though. Like it's not my fault that there's 14,000 people watching and someone swatted.
it is your fault.
How?
You should have ended this live stream. Unfortunately, I know you don't want to because that's money for you. And
I should have ended it. How? Like what? Like I didn't know it was gonna happen.
well, unfortunately, at this point, it's disrupted our
Like,
business.
am I supposed to read people's minds that they're gonna swat me? Like what?
This is private property, and we have the right to.
I understand that. I understand that, but there's no way like you could at least be reasonable with it. Like this, it's not being reasonable whatsoever. You guys are acting like I did something which I didn't. All I've been doing was streaming. I bought a bubble wand. I bought tickets, etc. Like if you could show me proof of something I did, then I would understand. But there's legit nothing I did whatsoever. It's not my fault that someone else did everything like that. And like what? Like why am I getting trespassed? Like
okay, all right.
At this point, shut up, dude, and get a lawyer.
Yeah, exactly. But I will say when she said you should have ended the live stream, do you think she's referring to the times where he was asked?
Yes.
Or when? Okay. Because I think from his perspective, he believes that.
Yeah, because at that time, he could say he did not really know that was a real thing until they confronted him.
You're right. Yeah. Okay. So, because I think from his perspective, he might believe that, like, oh, like, was I supposed to end it as soon as I was swatted? Like, I didn't even know that happened. I think that's what he's trying to explain to him. Go ahead.
Hey, I'm going to send you the winning lottery ticket. And they actually do. How are you supposed to know at that point? It's true.
Okay.
That's trying to make it, YouTube friendly for what I was actually going to try to say.
Right. Let's see how this conversation goes right here.
I understand, like, for today, but for the other days, what?
I'm talking about today. I didn't talk about any other day.
Oh, so we can talk another day?
If this behavior continues and this activity, but if you guys live stream and we have the same type of behavior, you will be.
That's not gonna happen again.
You could have just said that.
Okay, so now it's a little bit confusing because at first, I mean, Tom, I hearing her initially, she was pretty clear that this was going to be an ongoing thing, and now she's saying, "Well, it's going to be based on your behavior." What do you think about that?
That means it could be dragged out for, okay, you're going to give me grief. I'm going to make the trespass longer.
Right. Okay.
That's
is their, it's their prerogative to do, right? It's their property.
I mean, I've seen people trespass out of places for a lot less than this.
Indeed. Let's see how this confrontation goes.
You were issued a trespass admonishment. But
you said everywhere.
I did. Everywhere on the Disneyland Resort property, and it is now going to be indefinite for the attitude.
Wait,
so you're not welcome. No, you're no longer welcome back.
Wait, what?
At this today, it's not. At this
she
point,
said we can go. Let's just leave.
This is going to be. You guys are not taking it the right way. So at this point in time, the fact that you've been uncooperative, you have not provided identification, you've refused to provide names.
No, it's because I thought it was forever.
You are no longer welcome back.
Wait,
to our property.
wait, what?
All the
But I mean, couldn't she have said that though? Look, you kind of see where I stand on this. But could she have said, "Hey, if you don't actually give us your ID, if you don't comply, we're going to have to trespass you indefinitely"? Go ahead.
She could have, but at this point, the way she's fighting back now and doing that is because he's trying to control the situation here, and that's not good for him right now.
It's a fair point. That's a fair point. Let's see.
He could have just been like, "I'm sorry, okay, everybody, I'm signing off. See ya." And he could have just told, "Okay, kill the stream, keep the camera rolling for our safety." That would have changed the whole narrative. The stream's dead. You could look at this here; it's gone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And now I'm just recording just to have evidence of what I'm doing. But no, we're not him.
He didn't decide to do that.
today. It's not at
Hey,
this
she
point.
said we can go. Let's
No,
just leave.
this is going to be. You guys are not taking it the right way. So at this point in time, the fact that you've been uncooperative, you have not provided identification, you've refused to provide names.
No, it's because I thought it was forever.
You are no longer welcome back.
Wait,
to our property.
what?
All the areas I explained. Do you all understand that?
We're leaving.
No, like I was genuinely. Can I say something? I was genuinely confused, and I'm surprised that because I thought you were talking about forever. That's why I was confused. But if it's just for today, then okay.
Okay. No, it's going to be indefinite. Right now, we need to have a cooling off period because your behavior and the actions of your live streaming, what it caused,
But
and
you
how it
just
disrupted our business.
But you just said a day though. Like,
oh my
How about we just get on the tram, and if you guys want to reach out to our guest claims department.
but like that's so unfair, and you guys know that's unfair. Like what?
But as far as tonight, our day is done.
Oh, yeah,
Okay, just for tonight.
You guys need a cooling off period, and we're not going to let that happen for a few. It's going to be a while.
Oh no, yeah, we can take a month off. That's cool.
At this point, it'll be an indefinite piece. So if you reach out to Disneyland on the website at the bottom, contact us. You can reach out to them. That's how you can reach out for your refund.
Let's just go, bro. Like what? Chad, like what? Bro, yeah, what?
At this point in time, we need you to get on.
Oh no, we're gonna get on.
Thank you.
I'll get on that one. Take it.
Chad, that lady's a bitch, bro.
That's the stupidest thing he could have said.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. That's not going to get you any brownie points right there, that's for sure. We'll go ahead and mute that, and we'll see them on their long voyage back to the Mickey and Friends parking structure. Yeah, look, I mean, in that moment, right, in my opinion, that security guard,
She was being a little bit high strung herself.
Yeah.
I
just
don't think.
Go ahead.
They both handled it well. They could have been like, "Hey, we already put the altercations." At that point, de-escalate. Why am I? Both of them, and he was more concerned about the stream.
Yeah,
not concerned about him or his girlfriend or his crew's safety. When you're swatted,
yeah,
there's a meaning for that word.
Yeah, there is. I think at first, he was pretty compliant. He was pretty. Oh no, Tom! Don't get swatted there. Look, there's. I think at first he starts off pretty compliant. He starts off like, okay, hey, this is what's going on right here. This is, somebody has done this to me or whatever. And I think he started out okay. And then it was, we got to see your ID. And he said no. Then it was like, uh-oh. Now there's some non-compliance here. So with that non-compliance, I think she then kind of matched that energy a little bit, or maybe even went up above it. And that's when things, rapidly started escalating from there. He didn't do himself any favors. He really should have turned over ID. He really should have perhaps stopped the stream in order for that for that identification to get passed around, and then say, hey, I just want to make sure that I'm okay. I'm going to go ahead and start the stream again, or whatever, or maybe even start recording separately from the stream. Go ahead, Tom.
I'm saying stop the stream, put it on a be right back, technical difficulties. I dropped my phone, whatever it is. Hey, I stubbed my toe. I'll be right back. Whatever, just pause it, deal with the situation, then continue it on.
Which I didn't show, but right before that confrontation in that same store, this kind of the Frontierland kind of outfitter store right there, I think Pioneer Outfitters, if I'm not mistaken, is what it's called, right at the front of Frontierland. When he's in that shop, they actually do pause the stream temporarily there. So he has that ability to do that. Why he didn't do it in that situation, people were going to say, well, he was trying to protect himself. He was trying to get both what they say on camera as well as what he says on camera. That way, just protecting themselves. I mean, possibly, perhaps, right? But you can do that with a separate recording. You don't necessarily have to maintain the stream to do that. Tom's point right there. And I think he would have been better served had he done that, or had he gone that in that direction. He decided not to, so that's 2 levels of noncompliance, right? However, if those things would have led to a permanent trespass or an indefinite trespass, as she puts it, okay, that's information that you could just relay to him. Just be like, hey, look, listen, we're going to have to trespass you forever if, in fact, we don't get any identification, and if you aren't complying with our instructions. Because if you're not going to comply with us here, and now, you might not comply with us later on. And we don't need that guest, right? Because you are a guest. It's a 2-way street.
Yes.
And it's their prerogative. If he had been informed about that early on, that might have been a de-escalation of this. Why she didn't do that, I'm quite not sure, but go ahead, Tom.
I'm looking, I'm watching the police, because that's security and police there, isn't it? I'm not familiar with
the ones in the yellow vests are Disneyland security.
Security, okay.
And Disneyland security only. There is a police presence. They were following them outside of the park, but they didn't continue to follow them. I know that
because this is
police
Disney property.
Go ahead, please.
Right?
Yes, it's still Disney property. So they have they're limited in how freely they can move throughout Disney property.
Yeah, because if they try to ingress instead of egress, they're going to get in big trouble real quick.
Correct. So I think, Rudy was in the chat earlier. He was saying that she needs to be retrained. This is what he's referring to, right? This idea in which you might have been able to de-escalate the situation with somebody who had previously been fairly reasonable, at least in their conversation back and forth before that ID was asked. If you could have potentially said, hey, look, listen, we got to protect ourselves, right? And we have to make sure that you are who you are. If you're not going to be willing to work with us in this situation, then we can't work with you going forward on a guest level.
Oh,
it could have been that easy.
Thinking that he could show his phone and be it. That he shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be doing that right now.
And he shouldn't. It doesn't make his case look better. Oh,
no, because he stopped leaving.
Did my audio go out? No, I think my audio's here. Kit Kat. I think I'm all good.
No, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going after the stream if I'm not mistaken. It says so on StreamYard. MJ, please.
I just wanted to weigh in on this. I was letting Tom, because Tom has an extensive background of many. He's a man that wears many hats.
Yeah, but I leave them on.
I'm wearing a beanie right now, and I'm a beanie kind of girl.
I heard your gray hair. Okay, just put that one.
You're good. This kid is, for me personally, bad news, and I observed the video footage very closely. They were throwing up signs, and I don't want to say what kind of signs on here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, because LA, California, trust me when I tell you, they were throwing those kind of signs, even when they were taking selfies with people that were running into the park with them. You just don't do this kind of behavior. People go to these theme parks to enjoy themselves. I understand you have an audience. I understand you want to live stream. But if you know, or if you have a history of having people kind of do these things to you, I almost want to say that it's like they were looking for it. This actually, with his attitude, and at the end, he's smiling about it. And it's this generation of just respect your elders, whether we like this lady or not, the cast member, which I thought she did a pretty good job in the beginning, because she conducted herself the way Disney gave her that authority, and she did what she felt like she had to do. Just respect your elders. Comply with security. Obviously, there's an upbringing here. He wasn't disrespectful to her, but just based on my observation on I look at everything, facial expressions, the way he conducts himself, how he takes his pictures, the girlfriend that he's with, or whoever that girl is, the girly fan or whatever that is. This is all
Layla. Her name is Layla.
This is all for attention, and it's to disturb the peace. And if they would have just shut it down from the beginning. Let's just put it this way. If you're let's say that is his girlfriend, and you want to go take her on a date to Disneyland. It's a nice date. You want to get her some Minnie Mouse ears? Good riddance on you, right? Good for you. You don't need to do all this live streaming and cause all this kind of ruckus. Just keep it private. Whatever happened to keeping it private? Keep it old school. Maybe record it, right? Discreetly, and then post it later. You don't have to do this. And then doing this, you're disturbing everyone around you, and people are looking forward to fireworks, and then they're trying to end their night well. It's like, it's unnecessary. And he might know his rights. He didn't have to show his ID, but if he would have just been like, you know what, let me just comply and listen and obey the security. There's cops right next to her. Just do what they ask you to do, and it probably would have never escalated to this at all. I don't condone this kind of behavior. I really don't. It's all about the upbringing, okay? Obviously, there was a lack of some kind of upbringing, because you respect your elders, and that's what I'm teaching my children, especially people with authority, such as security.
Now, if he would have done that, what he was just doing, dancing on that, California is a little bit more lax. Just saying.
Good point.
I get it. I get it's California, but there's a place for everything. All of that needs to be left at the door when you walk into this place. There's no need for any of that whatsoever. There's other places that you can go to if you want to act like that. I'm so sorry.
He playing it as laissez-faire as he is.
This is all going to be held against him, because if you think Disney ain't going to pull this up and use it, this is your behavior after we ask you to leave.
Exactly.
Correct.
We don't want you.
Yes. If you're advocating,
he showed the channel to them, right? So they know who he is now.
That's true. If you're advocating to be, admitted back on Disney property again, to Tom's point, they're going to review this footage and go, yeah, you weren't compliant in multiple instances. Now if you were, and maybe one cast member got it wrong, okay, maybe we do something different.
Part right?
Yeah, this part right here. This is the part where before they actually enter this park, Disneyland. Now, I do believe they started off at DCA, so I will review that footage just to make sure that nothing was seen there.
Right? Technically, they're considered that, even though they're really.
Why would you want to act like that at Disneyland? Oh my gosh, just leave it at the door. It's just all phony baloney. If this is all, what does culture say? This is all baloney sausage.
Baloney sausage, exactly.
I don't have pay. If that was my son, I would have took him out and given him a beating. What are you doing? But my son will never act like that. Believe me, this young man needs some better upbringing. Okay, this is not how you conduct yourself at all. And it's just these young guys that are like really how do you say it, their popularity with the streaming and all of that. And I mean, I understand that you have a following, but just remember that this is a place of where families are. There's little kids around. God forbid this would have spiraled out of hand and somebody could have got hurt. It's just not the place for that. You know what I mean? I
Good
don't
point
know.
by
It just,
What I'm wondering,
oh my
because she said that, and I didn't see the police at the end of it. Is there more after that?
More after which one?
When they at the end of it, is there more after that? Is there more like when they get in their car and drove away? Did anybody see
No,
that?
the stream ends. Stream ends
Okay.
right then.
So,
that was like the last moment.
Stream ends like that? I would love to see what was going to happen, because you did say, hey, for failure to show ID and everything, the police are going to do this. And I didn't see, and that was an awful lot of police present for them not to
Yeah, that was a
follow
big
up on
presence.
those actions. Makes me wonder.
That's a good point right there. I can tell you right now, and we'll go to the place where police were actually seen to give you an idea, in case people missed it right there. I mean, I can tell you, Disney does not like police on their property.
No, of course
When
not.
they have to go in the parks, that's a serious ordeal for them.
Absolutely.
And that's why they're saying disruption to their business, which honestly it is. I mean, KTLA News Live at 5 is covering this. Team Z covered this. Multiple outlets covered this. And again, this is a long string of really kind of bad press for Disneyland specifically, right? We just had the hazmat situation, 2 days ago, right? So,
he's a show
no
off.
good.
He's a show off. He's a clown. He just needs to go home. Go somewhere else with that, not Disney. Don't ruin it for everybody else.
I'm gonna be okay. Let's play. I'll play on his side for a second.
Sure,
please. He has a stick that he wants to keep too. He's got his thing. Keep his viewers happy and everything else. How much money you think he garnered? And I don't know what Kick does. I don't know their payouts. I don't know anything. But if that many people watching to get
14,000.
Wow.
So where is he gonna? If he did catch charges for this and got and arrested at the end, that might dip into that money more than just getting escorted off the property.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. Let me see how many. Okay, so we have about 200 viewers on X and YouTube right now. That is 70 times our audience watching this kick stream. So I don't know what those payouts are like, but that is one of the reasons, right, Tom, that you would live stream at the parks in order to get that additional publicity, both for the stream and for maybe people that are at the park. We've seen that with iShowSpeed, and we've seen that with another live streamer. I just can't think of the name right now. I don't know why. But we've covered this multiple times on 23PO Live back in the day. That when these influencers, they get on Disney property and they make a show of it via a live stream, it can very quickly turn into a bad scenario for both security and, frankly, for guests around them, including they themselves. So, not what you want to see. I think it's a lot of bad PR myself personally, but perhaps I'm wrong.
What they say about most things, bad PR is still free advertisement.
That's true. And now everybody at home watching, all 200 plus people, now know exactly who Oblivion is. So perhaps mission accomplished.
He's not going to get any followers from
What
here.
game I used to play.
Womp womp. I have one word.
right.
I had one word for him right now.
Oh,
Go home.
got the boo crowd in there. We wanted to go ahead and provide that grand, event that took place, I suppose, and provide those differing perspectives. Tom, MJ, thank you so much for coming on and really, honestly, providing so much commentary for the viewers at home, the chat, everything. I think most people Pretty good. I know this is a very controversial topic and it elicits a lot of emotions. So,
No, but it's,
you know,
it's
we
a
may.
fabulous thing that you're exposing this to this type of community that because a lot of us are not familiar with these youngsters that are vlogging and have all of this, you know, fan base. We don't know who this guy, but if you're bringing it to the light when we are at the theme parks, now we can kind of like remember, hey, you know, just keep your eyes open. There could be a troublemaker, you know, showing up doing this kind of thing. So you bringing it to the light is actually really good for us. And I appreciate this kind of information. And if it hit the major news stations in that area, it is a big deal. And I just hope that these guys learn from it. Go to Disney, enjoy yourself. It doesn't have to be on camera. Record it and post it later.
It's important too.
That's it.
For another reason, it's important as well because, you know, Disney has had now multiple instances of this activity at Disneyland becoming disruptive to guests around where these streamers are live streaming from. Right, this has happened multiple times now. I believe the third time in the last year or so, and it endangers regular live streamers who are just trying to showcase the park, like a Berry Place 28, for example, Theme Park Casual, Accordion California, and so forth, right? And so you never want. Well, go ahead, please.
They're respectful.
They are.
And they do charity work, and they donate to that. There's a difference. He wasn't doing charity work.
No,
that is very true. A big difference. But what I'm saying, Tom, is that I don't want them to be
jeopardized by
affected.
what this guy.
Yeah, jeopardized by frankly, people.
There's quite a handful over here in the East Coast that I enjoy watching. They take us to the parks with them all the time, and I really hope that their jobs, that's their bread and butter, and I really hope it doesn't get jeopardized because of this type of idiot. Sorry, that's it.
That's what I worry about. So that's also why I want to highlight this, because it's like, hey, I don't want to see Berry Place 28 do what he loves to do in these parks. I don't want to see anybody lose their ability to provide amazing coverage of Disneyland just because, you know, a couple of people couldn't respect the rules and couldn't stream responsibly while at the parks. So, and like Tokyo, for example, they don't allow live streaming at all in their parks. That could be a policy, you know, made at a place like Disneyland or Walt Disney World if this behavior continues. So no good for sure. But I want to go ahead and thank the all 217 people watching both on X and on YouTube. Thank you so much for tuning in right here. Tom, once again, please go ahead and provide us all what is going on in your neck of the woods right here. I'm going to try to find your YouTube channel in the back.
My YouTube channel sometimes is hard to find, man.
Okay.
I'll send you the link. I'll do it right now.
Okay. Yeah, send me the link in the private chat right there, and I'll go ahead and both get it in the chat and on screen right there. But before we do that, let's go ahead and talk about some Magical MJ, who has graciously provided her time in order to produce this amazing live stream. MJ, what do you got going on in your neck of the woods? Please, sir.
Oh man, it's just been a ride. So much news, like you said, in the past 24 hours with Stardust Racers and Cool Kids Summer and some other stories that we might talk about. The Muppets roller coaster possibly coming out sooner than later. So much to talk about, and I try really hard to keep up with the latest. And I posted on Instagram and X. I do appreciate all the follows and the likes and start up a conversation. And I'm just so happy to be here. I'm on many, many channels, as you guys know already. And I'm just so happy to be a part of this beautiful community. God bless you guys in the audience. It is late on the East Coast, so you're hanging out with us pretty late tonight. So thank you so much for being here. God bless you. Whatever you're going through, we have you in our prayers and our thoughts.
Absolutely. That's very much for sure. I would send you on over. I'm going to send you on over to the M4 Empire. They are still actually live streaming right now. So let's go ahead and support over Marvin. And it looks like Trish is leading the charge over there. So we'll go ahead and support them. Always nice to see that. Thank you so much for watching here. And Tom F. right there. You can go ahead and subscribe to him.
Like rocket videos. some guitar stuff. I released 2 songs, personal songs. My dogs go to concerts, do different things. It's just randomness right now, but it's going to be more structured within the next year.
Cool.
I don't know which way I'm going yet with that yet.
Well, you know,
That's the beautiful
don't worry.
part of it. Just enjoy the journey to the destination, baby. I love it.
Absolutely.
I love
I
it.
absolutely love that. I love
And
that
look at
mindset.
The thing next to me, it says Bark Magnitude. That's my dog AI band I'm doing. It's a dog AI band.
Oh, how
All just-
very interesting. I love that. Well, definitely subscribe to Tom F. His links are going to be in the chat right there. You can see them on screen. Also, too, we have Magical MJ, her links in the chat as well. Thank you so much, Go and Jogi, for providing those for us. Been very, very awesome. And thank you so much for coming on in and joining us for this amazing stream. Thank you. You know, we might adjust the hours of this particular stream right here. We just want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to see us. So I might be putting in a community poll. To participate in that, you gotta hit that subscribe button. Please do. That would very much help us out. And you want to hit that subscribe button because you never know when we go live. The reason why is because there's so much news happening. So if we go with an impromptu live, you want to know. But MJ, as she just brought out right there, every single Wednesday at this point at 2 p.m. Eastern and at Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thank you so much. We got to get out of here. I very much appreciate it. And to all of you at home, the sky is the limit.